How you holding up? These are strange days, aren't they? They just kind of blur together. This social distancing thing. I was a week into filming a thing for Screen Gems called Shrine up in Boston on, and I think it was April 15th. No, it was March 15th. You see? Time just went. I filmed for a week. We had the weekend off, so I drove home because I was close enough. And I got, weekend went by and things are getting worse and worse. And Sunday night I get a call saying, don't come back. We've suspended filming. So I hope we get to go back and finish these things. Because these are strange days, Try to stay busy. We're cooking all sorts of interesting stuff around here. Meals become much more labor intensive. And I've written 3 new songs, which I'll share with you at some point. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you're holding up okay. Quick story. I grew up on a farm outside of Buffalo in a town called Orchard Park. And my friend John Messer from down the road, when I was like 10 years old, he and I would take our BB guns and we'd run around the barn. We didn't have animals. Well, we had pigeons and we had rabbits and dogs and Christmas trees, but we didn't have, cows and such. But we would dive out of the hayloft and come up shooting with our BB guns and act out in these long scenarios. We would just pretend that we were like the guys from Combat, Vic Morrow, or the guys from the Rat Patrol, or the Man from U.N.C.L.E., and I was Ilya Kuryakin, and he was Napoleon Solo. And, it was that kind of thing all day long. And fast forward to like 1989 or so, and we're filming Die Hard 2 at 20th Century Fox. We're on a soundstage, and it's the scene where Colonel Stewart and his men are around the nose of this plane. We've all got automatic weapons, and Bruce Willis is supposed to be in the plane. And we unload, thousands of rounds of automatic weapons into this to this plane, and then throw hand grenades in, and he zooms out the top, right? He hits the ejector seat. Anyway, first take, right? And it's deafening. Everybody's got full loads, blanks, right? We're all firing blanks, thousands of them. And the sound man came over to me after the first take, Tim Cooney, and he sort of takes me aside and he says, Bill, you don't have to make that noise with your mouth anymore. Because apparently I was still 10 years old back in the barn going, and I still do it. To this day, if I have to shoot a gun in a show, it's all I can do to keep from ricochet. Anyways, I think it's time for a song. Let me see what I can do. This is a song that I wrote to sort of describe how I learned to play the guitar. Like most of us guitar players, you start out with a handful of chords. The first things you learn on the guitar are C and F and G and D and E and A minor, and there's a little handful of chords that you can play. Gets you started, and you can. And I never took formal lessons on the guitar at all, so My dad sort of taught me. So for the longest time, anything above, the fourth fret, this was all sort of virgin territory, uncharted land. So if you wanted to play songs with me, they had to be in the key of C. And so I wrote this song, which for you guitar players out there is in G. Something in the key of C. The key of C is just fine with me. I'm as happy as a man can be, as long as we keep it in the key of C. I learned to play on my daddy's knee, and fellas, he was stubborn as a donkey. He only showed me one key, and the key was C. It's gonna have to do for me. Now if we play it in A or B, you won't see my virtuosity. I got nothing against D or E or F or G, but goodness me, C's a key that's got no sharps or flats. Fellas, that's the reason I keep saying, as long as we keep playing in the key of C, it's absolutely fine with me. When I try to play a jazzy riff, my hands get stiff, augmented or diminished. Oh, honey lamb, I'm finished. So the key of C is gonna have to do for me. Ooh-wee. But I can play a song so sweet without those sharps and flats. The mean old dogs behave like pussy cats. Republicans begin to dance like Democrats when I play it in the key of C. Ooh-wee. Play it in the key of C. Won't you please play it in the key of C? Stay safe out there, okay? We'll get through this thing. I promise. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.